So I got a question for y'all. Would you rather have this bag that's filled with $1 million straight up, no questions asked? You get $1 million and you get to walk away. Or would you rather have this bag, and in this bag, you get only 1 cent? However, every single day for the next 30 days, that 1 cent is gonna double itself. Which bag would you rather have? $1 million? 1 cent? You get to decide. Which one would you pick? Now here's the thing. Off bat, you should already know that that question is a trick question. It's like, why would anybody pose me a question of 1 cent versus $1 million? That doesn't make any sense. Obviously, you're gonna go with the one that has $1 million, but that's where you get caught. The thing is, what the 1 cent bag every single day when it doubles itself can eventually be worth up to $5 million. $5 million. And that's what we're going to be talking about in this video. In this video, we're going to be talking about the magic of compound interest. And we might just take a different turn that you're not expecting. Let's get it. Whoosh. Hey, what's going on, people? My name is KelechIwuaba. Welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time around these parts, hit that subscribe button. And if you enjoy anything that we talk about on this channel, hit that like button, or should I say on this video, hit that like button. It's gonna be there, so just scroll down a little bit and turn that thing blue. Thank you very much, I appreciate you. But in this video, we're gonna be talking about compound interest. And now I don't really wanna focus on compound interest when it comes to how you can literally save $200 to $300 every single month, put it into an index fund focused IRA account, and then just leave that thing, do it every single month for the next 40 years, and you can be a millionaire. Nah. Nope. That's not what we're focusing on today. In this video, we're gonna have a candid conversation about compound interest in our lives. Because as you guys know, I care more about the mentality behind what we do than what we actually do. Let's get it. Check this out. Albert Einstein, everybody knows him as the genius. I know him as the guy who came up with the theory of relativity, basically one of the pillars of everything that we know about modern physics today, the guy who helped us understand gravity. He came out and he said, the greatest force that ever existed in the world, that does exist still in the world, is the force of compound interest. Now, why am I pointing this out? If the guy who has studied all the forces that we have to deal with on a daily basis, studied all the things that we deal with when it comes to physics, comes out and says, hey, compound interest, that's like the biggest thing ever. And that's the thing that helps everything else. If he comes out and he says that, you know he's pointing to something very important. And that's why we need to talk about that today. Crazy thing about compound interest is that it's not really about what you do, it's about how often you do it and for how long you do it. See, for me, I'm a math geek, so I'm about to put up the equation of compound interest. And as you can see on the equation of compound interest, the important thing about this equation is not the A, it's not the P, it's the N and the T. The N represents the number of times that that thing is done. In other words, the number of times it's gonna compound. And the T represents for how long it's going to compound. In other words, when you do something repetitively, in other words, when you do it over and over and over again, and you do it for a long time, that thing begins to develop. And that's what I wanted to talk about in this video. A lot of times when it comes to us, when it comes to anything we do in life, if we're not seeing that automatic change, if we're not seeing that automatic ultimate thing that we're chasing after, we quit. But that's the problem. The thing is that compound interest is beautiful because it takes us each and every single day to be able to accomplish whatever it is that we're trying to do. Whether it comes to our finances, whether it comes to us working out, whether it comes to anything, when it's you trying to write a book, or you trying to be better in school, or you trying to be better at your job, it comes down simply to you doing that same thing every single day. And in the long run, it may not seem like much has changed, but then one day you're gonna look back and you're gonna be like, wait a minute, is that really where I started out? Is that really where I'm coming from? And then all of a sudden you just start saying, wow, this is crazy. Think of it this way. When it comes to life, a lot of us doesn't really think about reading a book. But do you know how many things must go into the fact before you can actually start to read a book? There's a lot of baseline things that we don't even think about that we did years ago to get to the point where we can actually read a book today. Think about it. Before you could read a book, you had to know your letters. You had to know ABCs. You had to sing the song A, B, C, D, E.
Nope.
You know, all the whole thing. You had to know what consonants were. You had to know what vowels meant. And then from there, you learned about words. You learned about one-letter words, I. You learned about two-letter words, am. You learned about three-letter words, the. And you kept on going from there. You learned about four-letter words, for. And then you learned about how confusing English can be, because how can you have the same word for four and four? It don't make no sense, but you learned it all the same. And then from there, you learned about sentences. First, you started off with simple sentences, was I am Kelechi. And then from there, you learned more complex sentences like I am Kelechi, but I am still the dopest that there can possibly be. What's up? Your boy's right here. I'm just saying. But that's what I'm saying. It took us step by step. And then after that, we started to learn about punctuations. We learned that when you see a full stop, it means that you stop. Or when you see a period, Nigerians, we like to call it a full stop. Americans, they call it a period, and you put a period on it, it means it's over. And that's basically it. Once you have that period on the end, it means it's done. That thought is complete. But if you see a comma, it means pause. They have more to say. And this thought continues with the previous thought. It has something to do with the previous thought. And then after that, you learned about paragraphs. Who remembers the days when they learned that a paragraph was 3 to 5 sentences? And then you used to write those papers with them 3 sentences, and your teachers was like, this is a C paper. This is not an A paper because you're giving me just the minimum. And I used to be like, but you said a paragraph is 3 to 5 sentences. What you over here talking about? But anyway, that's beside the point. The point is, it took you step by step by step. And now a lot of us pick up a book and we're able to read it in less than a day. A lot of us pick up articles on the news websites and we're able to read it in less than a minute. We don't think about how far we came to be able to read that whole article or that whole book. Or some of us are trying to read 30 books in 1 year. Or some of us are trying to do all these things, but we never look back to say, wait a minute. In the past, I couldn't even say my name in a sentence. In the past, I couldn't even read a sentence. In the past, I didn't even know the difference between the letter A and the letter O. But now you do. And that's the magic of compound interest. It affects every single thing that we do. And the beautiful thing about compound interest, or should I say, the negative thing about compound interest is it doesn't matter. Compound interest works both positively and it also works negatively. In other words, whatever you focus on will get compounded. Whatever you put your time and energy towards is going to get compounded. Think about it this way. No smoker started smoking with just smoking 12 packs a day. It started off with 1, and then 1 became 2, and then 2 became 4, and then 4 became 8, and then 8 became 16. And then 16 became 32. And then 32 became 64. And then 64 became 128. And it keeps going on and on and on and on. And it's the same thing in everything else in our lives. Compound interest is one of the greatest forces that we can ever have, either to our advantage or to our disadvantage. It's the same way in our finances. Compound interest is the greatest tool we have when it comes to investing. It helps our money grow faster than we can put money into the account. On the other hand, it also makes us go further into debt when it comes to credit cards and all kinds of debt, because it compounds on itself and it keeps increasing and doubling down on what we already have in there. So my question to each and every single one of y'all is simple. What are you compounding? What are the things in your life that you're putting your energy towards to have that compounding effect upon? What is it that you are doing each and every single day so that compound interest can work in your favor? It's a simple question, but it's something that we all need to think about each and every single day. Anyway, that's all I got for y'all today. I hope y'all enjoyed the video. This was a quick one, and a lot of words were said. I don't know how quick it was, but I gotta get inside. It's about to start raining. But remember, generosity is always greater than greed. God bless each and every single one of y'all. And you can go down in the description of this video and check out for some good stuff down there. I'm gonna talk to y'all later. God bless y'all, and I'm out. Peace.